All right, day number 19, clean and jerks again for our Friday session. We're doing the same waves of number of squat cleans with one jerk as the first week. I aim to go just a touch heavier on all sets right through in comparison to the sets from 2 weeks ago. So we started with 105 kilos for the 3 cleans plus one jerk, and then just a couple kilos heavier on all of the sets afterwards. I've felt as though my strength in the weights at the lower end, closer to 100 kilos, is feeling a little bit more solid. I think that's probably from the Monday's lifting work with the front squats. However, I still feel as though once it's getting a little closer to that top end with 115 kilos and above, that it's still a bit of a push and I still have to work pretty hard. So that top end strength still needs a little bit of work, but feeling a little bit better for those sub-maximal weights, which is at least a positive from that. Still finishing strong by going a little heavier on my last clean each week, and hopefully that still builds into next week. But some days the fatigue in the body can factor into a clean and jerk a lot more so than just a straight up strength lift. So even though the body might be getting a bit stronger, just some days it might be a little bit of an off day. Although this session in comparison to last week's was probably a little worse in terms of how the body was feeling, but I still knew that I had built a little bit better strength over the training week, so I should be able to at least get the weights up. But I definitely didn't feel the same sort of freshness in the body to move the weights quickly. And finishing up here, last jerk, 125 kilos, so 2 kilos up from the heaviest weight from last week. Now, workout one for today, we're doing Midline Century. This is from the Mayhem Classic. 3, 4-minute intervals, rest 1 minute between each of those respective intervals. 25 calorie ski, 25 GHD sit-ups, and then max reps of toes to bar in the remaining time of each interval, or until 100 reps are completed. So the fastest guys at Mayhem were doing this in 3 intervals, just inside of that. I know for me, doing these GHDs and toes to bar together and then mixing in with the ski, my abs probably can't handle the speed and intensity of getting it done in 3, but I knew that I had the capacity to do the volume of it, so I thought I should be able to get it done in 4, and hoping to get that done in the 3rd minute of that last interval, not needing that extra 4th minute, which, we'll see how I go. But, yeah, good workout. I actually enjoyed this. It wasn't as bad for me as I thought it might be, and had a bit of a game plan, try to get at least 30 reps in my first set. Then that would give me a little buffer because I knew that I'd probably have to do at least 25 for 4 sets to get it done in that 3-minute interval each time. Definitely have to work and be, ready to just keep jumping back up onto that toe to bar when you drop down if you're going to break it up. I went with sets of 10s early, so 10 reps, quick drop, quick breath, and then jump back up to the bar. And after the first set, felt the abs working hard, but knew that I could probably maintain close to that sort of a rep scheme for the next interval. And then after that, it was just about holding on and pushing hard to finish it off. So yeah, good workout. It is challenging. It gets tough, particularly if your core capacity isn't up to standard of this level of workout. But gives me good confidence with this one, knowing that I can handle the volume. It's just the rep speed on the GHD still needs to be worked on, which I'm well aware of. So yeah, overall happy with this, happy with the result I got on it. So we'll see how it goes. So workout number 2, for time. We've got 200-foot dumbbell front rack walking lunge, 40 wall-facing strict handstand push-ups, 40 dumbbell box step-overs, 24-inch box height, and then 20 wall walks to finish. So just one round straight through. 2 of these movements are good for me, the wall-facing strict handstand push-ups and the wall walks. Lunges aren't too bad, but they're not anything special. And then the dumbbell box step-overs, I would say, are a bad movement for me personally. So in saying all that, this workout should be decent for me because there's 2 movements which are good for me, and then one that is pretty average. And then the step-overs, I think I can make up enough time on the handstand push-ups and wall walks for them to, if I lose some time there, that I can make it up and some on the other movements. So I just started off here with the front rack walking dumbbell lunges, two 22.5 kilo dumbbells for this one. I went 150 foot, had a little bit of a break, and then the last 50 feet, so 25 foot out, 25 foot back, and then kicked pretty much straight up for these handstand push-ups rather than resting and trying to do a big chunk. I thought I would kick up a little sooner and just do quick sets of 10s, knowing that my capacity to do these for big chunks is there, but I wanted to save a little bit of the shoulders for the dumbbells and the big set of wall walks to finish. So 4 sets of 10 here with a quick break in between, and then onto the dumbbell box step overs, which I break up into, I do a big set to start. I think I do about 14 or 16 reps, and then from there just do small chunks, 6 or 8 reps at a time until the 40, and then the wall walks, just a steady, smooth pace to finish. No breaks on that, just a slower, or not necessarily slow, I'd say it's probably a decent cadence, finishing the wall walks within 2 minutes at the end. So total time for this, got it done in under 10 minutes. Didn't really have an idea on the time that it would take for me, but that score ended up holding up pretty well on the Sentinel leaderboard, so must be a decent enough workout for me. Last few wall walks here. Was pretty happy with the pace that I held on these for 20. Haven't done big sets of 20 or more wall walks like this before. I think I might have done 20 once, and it was a lot slower than this, so pretty good finish there. And last piece for the day, we've got accessory of handstand walks with pirouettes. So 3 sets for max distance / reps, a max unbroken 10-foot handstand walk segments with performing a 180-degree pirouette after each 10 feet, and then a 3 to 4 minute rest between sets. I think I just took about 3 minutes between each set just to save a bit of time, and I felt ready to go. So this accessory, I did the first set by turning sort of towards the right, like towards my left, sorry. And then the second set, I turned the opposite way. And then the last set, I alternate which way I pirouette each turn, just to mix it up, test out the body a little differently and get familiar with doing it different ways. Each set was taking about 1.5 minutes worth of work, 16 reps for the first 2 sets, and then 17 reps to finish off. And that was it for this session. So Friday, another Friday in the books, and then we've got a big Saturday coming up tomorrow. So We'll see you for that.